Hey guys, Anish Walda here for TechVision 360, and today I have a review and an unboxing of a very special product, guys, the Samsung Galaxy Ace. I will be covering the tech specs and giving you guys a demo of the phone and telling you my opinion about it, and I'll be also comparing it to the iPhone 4. This phone was announced on January 2011, but I'm making the review now and I'm gonna tell you guys whether or not you should buy this phone. Alright guys, so let's get ahead and start with the unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy Ace. Alright, so now that we have the sticker open, let's go ahead and open the actual box. Here it is. As you can see, the actual phone is there inside the box. Let's just take the phone out, lay it aside for a second, and look at what else is in the box. The box comes with a 2 GB SD card for extra memory space. Put that on the side, and let's see if there's any other things in the box. The barcodes, and take this part out here. It comes with a case, Samsung case, to protect the phone, and a quick start guide, and finally it comes with all the necessary cables, the battery, and the charger. So let's get right ahead to the phone, guys. Taking the phone out of the case now. The phone's background is white, but when you put the case on, obviously it will be black. Taking out the screen protector and the back protector, and as you can see, the screen is good. Now all that's left to do is install the battery and get this phone going. Alright guys, so I went ahead and already took out the back cover. As you can see here, there's a little slit on the bottom of the phone which allows you to take out the cover. Now let's go ahead and get the battery, which we took from the case before. Here it is. This is a Samsung battery, a lithium battery actually, which is chargeable. So let's just insert the battery now. This phone is not like the iPhone, which comes with the battery pre-installed. This phone actually requires you to install the battery. Now we have the phone up and running with the battery. And before we turn it on, let's show you guys, let's try and put on the case. I think the installation of the case will be very simple. Or actually, I just realized this is not a case, but instead a different battery, a different cover for the back of your phone. For example, if you take that out, you can insert this over to change the look and the feel of your phone. Now your phone has gone from a white background to a black background, and this can be used to suit whichever preference you have. So now, as you see, I turned on the phone with the on button, which comes on the side, unlike the iPhone 4. This phone's now turning on. Has a good animation at the start while it turns on. So while turning on, it asks you for a setup. It asks you if you want to use Google location. So let's just go ahead and confirm that. Finish. And now the phone is fully functional. As you can see here, it has the different home screens. Like the iPhone, it has the space for applications and all that. It has some apps preloaded on here. And so let's get right ahead and get to the review, guys. This phone was announced on January 2011, but I'm making the review now, and I'm gonna tell you guys whether or not you should buy this phone. The size of the screen and the resolution of the Samsung Galaxy Ace is 3.5 inches, and it's 320 by 480 pixels. This is not much compared to the other cell phones, other smartphones out there, but it's still quite a significant amount. Also, this screen is multi-touch capable. So that means that this means quite a lot in the gaming market. And now, what else do we have here? Samsung Galaxy Ace running Android. As you can see here, the phone is running Android right now. You can scroll through our apps, the App Store. The version of Android running on the Galaxy Ace is version 2.2 Froyo, which is upgradable to version 2.3. The memory capacity of this phone actually varies because it has a micro SD slot. What that means is that this phone can hold up to 32 GB, 2 GB, and all those all the way down. All that memory, because it has an SD slot located here. Because it has an SD slot, so that means that it can store more memory. Moreover, this only has 158 megabytes of storage internally, and this is quite damaging because other phones have a lot more internal storage, but I still don't see it as a bad factor. One tip: if you're a person who downloads applications, watches many videos, and gets lots of music, I suggest that you get more than one micro SD card if your micro SD card is only 2 GB. Why? Because what happens is, if you run out of space and you still want to keep downloading more music, you can, because all you have to do is just switch your micro SD card, and you can categorize them into different categories so as not to be confused by your micro SD card. Okay guys, so let's go and talk about the buttons of the phone. As I mentioned before, the on button is located here on the right side of the phone, with just above the micro SD slot, which is also located there. And the way you open the micro SD is you just pop it out, pop open the little flap which comes off, and you can insert your micro SD through there. This is the home button. As you can see here, you unlock your screen and you're on the home page. This is a little bit like iOS, but yeah, you're on the home page. And anyways, now what the other two buttons on the side are is, this one is to quickly access your settings, and I think that's a pretty neat feature. This one's to go back, because say you're all the way into an application and you don't want to exit to your home screen but back to your application screen, all you have to do is click the back button and you're back to the screen. Alright guys, so here is the volume button on the side here. The volume button is also pretty cool because it doesn't have two buttons, it's just one button, which is just sensitive to like touch. So let's show you guys. This is how you can adjust the volume. While watching media or playing games, you can adjust it through that, but normally your default volume adjustment will be for the ringer and the ringtone. Right now it's set to full because I don't want to miss any calls. Alright guys, so one more thing here. Just wanted to note that up here is the headphone jack for the phone, and there's also the charging slot. Actually, in the charging slot, what comes is a USB slider. So your charging slot's not always open, it's actually closed. Alright guys, so here let me just give you a comparison of which phone is better. Obviously it's the iPhone 4, but let me tell you, according to your budget, if you want to buy the Samsung Ace, or if according to your budget and your preferences you want to buy the iPhone 4. Let's just start by saying that some of the reasons why you should consider the Galaxy Ace. Some of those reasons are like there's significantly more standby time on the Galaxy Ace. The Galaxy Ace can stand by for more days than the iPhone 4. Not sure about the 4S, but I'm sure that the Galaxy can stand by for more than half the time than an iPhone 4 can. The Galaxy Ace also has more new and better Bluetooth support, which is 3.0 Bluetooth, unlike the iPhone 4, which has 2.1 Bluetooth. I've tried to use the iPhone 4 Bluetooth before, and it's just not that great at all. The Galaxy Ace is also 20% lighter than the iPhone. It actually is 20% lighter if you weigh it and if you feel it. And now let's get on to the majority of this segment, the reasons to consider the iPhone 4. The iPhone 4 actually has a lot more internal storage, and obviously guys, this is because the iPhone 4 does not need SD cards, does not need memory cards. The iPhone 4 actually has internal memory all the way, no other type of memory there for the iPhone. Why? I think this was Apple's idea, so they didn't have to put in any extra slots in their phone, and actually it has a much crisper display of text, higher PPI screen. The text, the video, the images are all twice as crisp than the Galaxy Ace. You might not be able to see it here, but it actually, let me show you guys. This is an image from the iPhone here, an image from the iPhone. And now let's go see the image from the Galaxy Ace. As you can see, the image on the iPhone is better, and the resolution, that's also got to do with the resolution of the screen, which is 4 times higher. So now I think personally that this is enough information right here to make you go and get the iPhone 4 instead of this. But there's more. There's more talk time on the iPhone 4, 14 hours versus 11 hours. There's a higher resolution movies with 720p at 30 frames per second versus 320 by 240 at 20 frames per second. So that's why. And this has more memory for RAM, the iPhone 4, unlike the Samsung Galaxy Ace. Sadly, there are also more apps available on the iPhone App Store versus the Android market. But I have to say that even though that is true, the more of the apps on the Android market are free, and that's also a good factor. The iPhone 4 is also thinner. Obviously you won't be able to see it now because it's in the case, but it is around 20% or 3 millimeters thinner than the Galaxy Ace, and is also yes, that's basically it, guys. Those are the comparisons. Sadly, there's one more thing for the Galaxy Ace. It's also considerably cheaper than the iPhone 4. So if all the things I just said, which you have to consider about the iPhone 4, are not that great for you or don't really matter that much, go ahead and get the Galaxy Ace, because from what I've seen, it's not actually a bad phone and it's actually pretty good.